Welcome back, guys, to another video. In this video, I am going to give you guys a quick market update on NAS100, US30, and the S&P 500. I'm going to show you exactly what I would have done if I were trading, but since it's December, I am not currently trading this month. If you guys do want one-on-one mentorship, if you want to learn from me and just work more closely, I do offer one-on-one mentorship. All you have to do is click the link below this video and you can book a call with me. And one more thing before we get started, if you guys are new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of other videos based around trading. And if you guys could drop a comment and like this video for me, it would mean a lot. See you guys on my computer in just a second. So our first order of business is going to be looking at US30, and then we're going to go down to NAS100 and then the S&P 500. Now I am trading futures, so when I trade futures, I'm trading NQ for NASDAQ, YM for Dow Jones, and then ES for the S&P 500. So I think the best way to go about this would be looking at the daily time frame. We can see for the past week, we have been trending down for the Dow Jones. And I want you guys to understand something. Just because the Dow Jones is going down, that does not mean that there's no opportunity. When we're trading, guys, you can buy or sell, obviously. But at the end of the day, you guys need to understand that US30 and NAS100 and the S&P 500 are really different in the manner that they move. You can see for the past, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, we have been pushing down on the NASDAQ or on the Dow Jones. And then if we go to the NASDAQ, we can see for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, we have been pushing up. So we're bullish right now on the NASDAQ. And that's something to keep in mind when you guys are trading indices like NAS100, S&P 500, and US30. The overall trend that they are going in is an uptrend. So a lot of the time when you guys are trading, you are going to be taking long positions versus short positions. Obviously, when you're intraday trading, you are going to see that the market is going to trend up and down. But something that I like to do before I start trading at the beginning of the week or even as the day is starting when I'm trading is I'm going to the daily time frame to see the previous daily candle. How did that previous daily candle close? Did it close bullish or bearish? Because a lot of the sentiment and a lot of my bias is going to be based around what is going on these higher time frames. So we can see we're extremely bullish right now on NASDAQ, and the same thing with the S&P 500. So I've noticed that NASDAQ and the S&P 500, they correlate more together than US30 does with either or. So you can see the trend and the chart just look way different on US30 versus on NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Now let's go down to the 1 minute chart. And when I am actually executing a trade, guys, I am on the 1 minute time frame. Usually what I'm looking for is price to form a very clear trend, and then I want to see higher lows or lower highs to take a position into a retracement level on my fibs or into a FVG. So right off the bat, as I'm looking at these markets, I want you guys to be able to identify smooth versus choppy markets. Now these are what I identify choppy markets as. It's pushing up very aggressively, pushing down very aggressively. In the body of the candles, in the structure of the candles, I'm telling you guys right now, is so freaking important. Notice how the candles are very big right here. They have long wicks right here. So when I see the market is going back and forth like this, the candles are a lot bigger than I want them to be, I'm just going to pass on the day. And I think you guys need to understand that is there are going to be infinite opportunities in the market. Today is not the only day that there's going to be an opportunity. Tomorrow and the following weeks and months, guys, we have so many opportunities coming. So enjoy the process. Don't rush into trades. If you see a trade where you have 100% or very high levels of confidence, take the trade. It's like if you know that bread has mold on it, are you going to eat that food? No, because it has mold on it and it has the opportunity to get you sick. So why would I put my body in danger where I could get sick? Same thing you guys need to understand with your finances. And I realize that when you guys are looking at the markets, it's just a bunch of candles and charts. But you need to realize like your money is back behind this. Every decision that you make on this little mouse pad right here, whether you click the button to buy or sell, you're making a decision on how your finances are going to perform. So are you making very good decisions where your levels of confidence within that trade that you're taking are very high, or they're low because you're looking at this as a game and you want to gamble? Like, guys, a lot of you, I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of you out here, you're not trading. You have been gambling for years, and you have these little win streaks where you think that, oh my God, I'm killing it, I'm a good trader and all this. Like, dude, you guys aren't traders. A lot of you out here are gamblers. You do not have a strategy in place, and it's sad. Like, guys, it's crazy because I had one of my students show me his screen the other day, and there was like 50 positions within a 30-minute time span. I was like, dude, what are you doing going in and out of the markets? It's just pure emotional trading. There's no strategy behind it. You guys don't need a lot of trades. I know I'm on the 1-minute time frame, but guys, I'm not taking a lot of trades every single week. I'm taking probably a couple of trades, like 3 to 5 trades per week, because that's all that I need. If I see my setup appear and it gives me what I need, the criteria is met, I'm going to take the trade. So that's the way that you guys should be executing as well. So today, Thursday, was very choppy. Wednesday was once again the same thing. And I want you guys to understand that the times that we are in with the market, December isn't the best month because it's the last month before we roll into 2025. So a lot of people and a lot of companies, like, they're selling their positions right now for taxes and other things like that, so they can capitalize off the wins and not losses, or if they did take losses for 2024. So you guys have to keep these things in mind. Once again, Wednesday was pretty choppy too. When I am trading, guys, like, I am at the market open. So you guys can see, look at all this mess right here. Guys, if you're trying to trade this, you're crazy. There's no setup in here. You need to let the market kind of cool down. So it is kind of choppy. I don't like to see the market just pushing up and down like this. Like, sure, there may be moves in here, but I want 100% levels of confidence when I'm going into a trade. So Tuesday, okay, Tuesday was okay. We could see the market open right here, drop to the downside, have this false breakout. Then we started to push up, make these higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, there are a couple of setups in here. Ideally, you could see that we have an FEG right in here. This, I wouldn't count this. No setup. No setup right there. There is another FEG on this higher high though. Could see price retrades into it right here. Stops would have been below the first candle that makes a fair value gap right here. Boom, stops up here, and then you can aim for these highs up here or these highs up here. Keep zooming out and get these highs up here. However you'd like to go about it, but ideally, like, this is the type of price runs that you want to be seeing right here, guys. Like, just like this, where it's a clear uptrend, and you can see prices making these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's all that you guys need to be looking for. And it's so easy when you're looking at 3 different indexes: US30, Dow Jones, S&P 500. Okay. I know Monday was not that well either. Yeah, just chop. Like, guys, look at the market right here. Are you guys trading this? You guys are going to be trading this, yeah? Because a lot of you, you're out all weekend looking at the chart, studying, then Monday comes and you're so excited to trade that you're just forcing anything that you see on your chart. You're just forcing it. You need to trade. You have this burning desire that you can't cope with, where you need to trade, and by you not having any self-control as a human being, you don't have any self-control in your trading, so it inflicts your trading, and then by you making irrational decisions, you have very improbable outcomes that are going to affect your mood, and then when your mood is affected in a negative way, it's going to affect your performance. Just as if you have a positive mood and you know that your levels of confidence are high, what are you going to do? You're going to perform better. So I'm telling you guys, like, a lot of you are looking at these charts, you're like, oh, this is a market breakdown, but it's like, I'm giving you guys a little cues and little hints behind it where the psychology comes in. So if you guys pay attention, you're going to understand that, like, how you do one thing in your everyday life is how you do everything. So if you don't have any discipline in your everyday life, you're not patient. You're not doing what you need to do as a man or a woman. You're not eating the right foods. You're not exercising when you know you need to. You're not giving the time to your businesses and other things you know you need to. Why would you succeed here? That's just a question I have, and I think that goes over so many of your heads is you're constantly focused on trading, but you're not focused on myself. You're not focused on looking inward. You're not focused on taking the time to work on yourself every single day. Guys, stop with the self-sabotage. A lot of you're self-sabotaging yourself by the decisions that you make. Every single decision that you make, it's either putting you close to your goal or further away from it. So once you start analyzing, you start getting what I like to call data sets. You get these data sets, you're like, okay, well, I didn't go to the gym, and I kind of was like disappointed in myself. I don't like this feeling. So tomorrow, my main focus for tomorrow is I just want to win in like this specific area. I want to focus on my health tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to dedicate most of my day to exercising and eating good food and making just decisions that are health-based decisions. This is what really changed everything for me, guys, when I really just started looking inward and I realized that I am responsible for everything that happens. You're responsible for the way that you react. You're responsible for the decisions and the outcomes that come about from that decision. You guys really need to start working on yourself. So pretty much all week, US30 was horrible. Now let's go to NAS. Okay. Here's Monday. Once again, we can see that really choppy movement right here. What I like to see, though, is the market did start pushing down very heavily after the market opened. So usually from 9:30 to 10 a.m., it's very congested. It's very volatile. Maybe a little difficult for you guys to trade. So maybe you should focus from like 10 to 11 or 11 to 12. It doesn't really matter about the time. I always say the timing is very important, which it is. You want to be in the markets when it's volatile. But once you identify a setup that reoccurs over and over again, then you could just trade on any asset class and at any time. Okay, so one thing that I want you guys to know right here is throughout this whole zone from the New York session opening to the market open right here, and then to about 10:30 a.m., 10:30 is when it like really started to break. I want you guys to note that we have this low and we have this high right up here. There should be no trading in between these two zones right here. Why? It's consolidating. You don't have any proof that's telling you whether it wants to push up or push down. So this high failed to be broken right here. It showed us that it didn't want to break. Now what we would have to do is wait for this low right here to be broken. So the way that you can identify a low or a high being broken is you want to look at the candle. Notice how the body of this candle, it closed all the way down here. So that's where you could see we hit that. This candle, the body of it closes lower than this low right here. Now we have proof that we are in a downtrend. What are we going to look for? We're going to look for a lower high. So what can we see right here? We have this lower low right here, lower high. So what could we do? We could go and pull up the fibs from this high to this low. It gives us a retrace of the 382. But what I want you guys to notice is we have this FVG right in here. Right here. So you could have had a potential short set up like this. Stops above the first candle that makes a fair value gap. I like to have it a little above it just to give it some breathing room. So we'll go like right here. And then for our TP, let's zoom out, get a better perspective. What do we have? We have a low right here and a low right here. So you could bring it down to where you're comfortable with your risk to reward ratio. There's a 2.96, or this one right here. We have a 4.5. Now the likelihood of it hitting this low, when you're looking at the market from this perspective and none of this had played out, I would ideally probably be going for this low just to be safe, right in here. So this would be my trade right here. You guys can see after that FEG form, 4th, 5th 6-candle retrade into it, 7th and 8th, you have multiple opportunities to take a short as soon as it hits this level right in here. And your stops would have been protected perfectly fine. That was Monday on NASDAQ. Tuesday, choppy. I want you guys to be able to look at this and just be disgusted and not even want to trade. There's so many opportunities, guys. You guys can trade during London, Asia, New York, whenever you guys want. Okay? Wednesday was absolutely phenomenal. I cannot express to you how beautiful this chart is right here. This is what you guys should be looking for when you're trading. Very small candles. It's going in one definite direction. Look at from the New York session, the open of it. It just gradually is pushing up. And all in these little moves right here. Note that these moves right here, we have these lower or these higher lows. FVG right here. Then we have this extension right here. Doesn't really give us, there's an FVG in here actually. Retrace. We have this FVG right here. What happens? Price makes a higher high, higher low. There actually is an FVG in here. Boom. Hits it right there. Pushes up higher. So this is what you guys want to be looking for, is these moves where the candles are very small and it's going in one direction. Beautiful Wednesday. And note how Monday and Tuesday were trash, but Wednesday was absolutely perfect. That's what you guys need to understand. Is usually when we have like a couple of consecutive choppy days, the day after those choppy days is most likely going to be absolutely perfect. So if you guys are showing up and you're like, oh my God, there's no setup on Monday. Oh my God, there's no setup on Tuesday. Like, guys, you're getting closer to that day where your setup, your perfect setup will occur. Chop. I can look at this and identify right off the bat and just say, chop. I'm not trading this. That's why Thursday, or I mean December, isn't the best time to trade. So we have S&P, Thursday, chop. Look at how the candles are all gappy too. I don't like the chart on the S&P 500 too much. It looks too pixelated and gappy on this one. So we'll just ignore that. So guys, this is basically like a rundown on what you guys should be looking for in the markets. If you guys do want more one-on-one help, click the link below this video, book a call with me, and we'll just talk and see if we'd be a good fit to work with each other. Peace out, guys. See you on the next one.